Okay, thank you so much for having me. So my name is Laura Barcziova. I'm an engineer. I'm working in Red Hat. And in Red Hat, we are working on multiple things, but one of the things we are developing, and in particular that I'm working on, is a development of operating system. So I'm sure you all are interacting with operating system on a daily basis. So you have operating system on your phones, on your laptops, and so many different devices. So I will be talking about shepherding the community with digital tools and automation. And so in the title, you could see shepherding the community, but I haven't mentioned directly what community. So we will be mostly talking today about the open source communities. So open source communities are groups of people that have one thing common, and that's collaborating on developing of open source software. Open source software, very simply said, is the software open for collaboration that has its source code publicly available for modification, for extension, etc. And these people can be really from different geographical areas, can have different backgrounds in general. They can be from different industries. For example, some of them can do the development just in their free times. Some of them are working in startups. And yeah, it really differs. So what they have shared is the vision for the open source software that they want to push forward. Okay, and what does it all have, like, what's the relationship with Red Hat? So Red Hat supports and directly participates in the open source development. And we do it in a way that we try to advocate also for our customers. So we combine a lot of different small projects together, and with that, we build our products. So in this picture, you could see all these different kind of projects that are open source. We help with the development, and then we combine them together, and we create products that you can see in the edges. So in particular, I'm working on the first part, so that's Fedora, from which we are building the Red Hat Enterprise Linux operating system. Okay, and what are the challenges with all of this? So I mentioned that the people can be really located in different geographical locations, but they really can have just different backgrounds, different opinions, and so on. And with this, it comes to also some potential opinionated discussions and having some differences in general. This doesn't have to be also just for the big picture decisions, but some smaller things like using tools, having some processes. This can differ quite a lot, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's not. But at some point, we want to unify this a little bit, because if we don't, it can create some inefficiencies, it can create delays, and so on. So this is where automation, digital tools, and unification comes to the picture. So we really try to focus on communicating and discussing, like, what is the vision, what should we automate, what should we help developers with. And with this, the digital tools and automation are helping so much. So I mentioned open source software, and you might have thought, like, most important thing in open source development, like it's the source code itself. But I would probably argue with that. So to me, the most important thing that is in open source development are the people, and also the time of the people and their skills, because these are people that are really passionate about the change, and they put their valuable time and effort to push the software development forward. So what we really want to do is to help them with their time management, and if they have some repetitive tasks or some boring tasks, we try to automate this. So this is what we are doing, and with that, it's not helping just with saving their time. As a next step, it's also helping us with the resources and also money in general. Because if we save their time, they can focus on more high-impacting, like creating innovation, some architectural decisions, high-impact discussion, and so on and so on. So by automating and using the digital solutions, we are also ensuring the transparency. We are also ensuring having better collaboration, and also reducing the human error that all of you could probably agree that happens. Like, we are just humans, so errors happen, and automation can help a lot with that. So what we've been in particular very successful about automating is automated testing or release automation. So with automated testing, we are trying to catch the errors as soon as possible. So when our developers are developing new features, they can directly try to integrate the new code to the existing one. And with that, we are again saving a lot of resources, because we don't have to fix these later when they get to the customers or users. So that's very important. And then, as I mentioned, the time of our engineers is very valuable, so we don't want them to spend it on just doing boring tasks, like, for example, releasing the software. It can be a lot of mundane, repetitive steps. So we automated this as well. We've been really successful with that. So, to sum this up, we are facing the challenges of really diverse community, but with knowing what's the most valuable, the people's time, and by leveraging the digital tools and automation, we can really help to reduce the inefficiencies and just build a better community. Thank you so much.